Running events feels different now, not because venues suddenly care more about safety, but because consequences of getting it wrong are clearer than ever. Crowds are bigger, events are more complex, expectations are higher, and safety is no longer something that you plan once and hope to never have to test. Event safety today is about confidence, knowing your people are protected, knowing your team knows what to do, and knowing that you can prove it if you're asked. Let's actually talk how we get there. I'm Alex from First, and today we're walking through how event safety management actually works now. What's changed, what good looks like in practice, and how operators can move from uncertainty to control without turning safety into theatre or paperwork for paperwork's sake. Because here's the thing, good event safety isn't dramatic, it's calm, it's confident, and it builds onto how you operate, not bolted on at the last minute. So let's break it down. For a long time, event safety lived in binders, folders, and we've always done it this way conversations. That doesn't hold anymore. Event safety management is shaped by three realities. First, risk is more dynamic. A venue can move from low risk to high risk within hours depending on crowd size, access control, audience profile and timing. Your Saturday afternoon family event and your Sunday night concert are not the same risk profile, even though they're in the same space. Second, accountability is clearer. Operators are expected to understand their safety responsibilities and show how decisions were made, not just claim they acted responsibly, actually prove it. Third, safety is operational. It sits alongside quality, compliance, and brand standards. It's not the separate thing that lives in a different folder. It can't live in isolation anymore. Now, this doesn't mean that every event needs heavy security. Proportionality still matters, but the days of static plans and assumptions are gone. Modern event safety management adapts as events do. That's the shift. So what does event safety management actually mean today? At its simplest, it's about reducing harm. That sounds obvious, but it's often lost under jargon, paperwork, and complexity. In practice, it means understanding how people move through your space. It means preparing your team to respond calmly under pressure. It means reducing vulnerabilities where it makes sense. It's communicating clearly when something isn't right, and it means keeping a record of what you've done and why. It's not just about guarding entrances and installing equipment. It's not just about responding when something happens. Good event safety management connects planning, people, and proof. When those three work together, safety stops feeling like a risk and starts feeling like control. One of the most common problems operators face is uncertainty. Who's actually responsible for safety at this event? Is it the venue, the organizer, the contractor, the landlord? If that isn't clear, gaps appear. In most cases, responsibility sits with the person or organisation that controls the premises or the event environment. For larger or more complex operations, this responsibility must be owned at senior level. Safety cannot be delegated without oversight. This matters because confusion leads to inaction. Operators assume someone else has handled it, organisers assume the venue has plans in place, contractors assume they'll be told what to do. Clear ownership fixes that. Strong event safety management starts by naming responsibility early and building plans around it. When everyone knows who's accountable, decisions happen faster and responses become coordinated instead of chaotic. Crowd size gets most of the attention, but numbers alone don't tell the full story. Risk is shaped by context. An exhibition hall with 600 seated delegates behaves very differently to the same space hosting an evening concert. A daytime family event carries different risks to a late night celebration. Alcohol, emotion, time pressure, and crowd flow all matter. That is why static capacity figures aren't enough. Effective event safety management looks at how people enter and exit, where congestions naturally form, what areas are public versus controlled versus restricted, and how quickly information can be shared and how easily staff can move and act. For events managers and ops teams, this means reassessing risk every time the use of a space changes. Not rewriting everything, but sense-checking assumptions. Safety planning should flex with reality, not fight it. Safety often gets framed as a reaction. What we'll do if someone goes wrong, that's only half the picture. Modern event safety management balances response readiness with preventative thinking. Response is about knowing how to move people, secure spaces, and communicate clearly during an incident. This is where rehearsed actions matter. When pressure hits, teams fall back on what they know. Prevention is about reducing vulnerability before anything happens. That might mean reviewing access points, adjusting staffing patterns, changing queuing layouts, or securing sensitive information. Both sides matter and they work best together. Operators who focus only on response react well, but too late. Operators who focus on only prevention risk complacency. The goal is readiness without paranoia. Calm, proportionate, effective. Plans don't keep people safe, people do. Your frontline teams are the ones who notice unusual behaviour. They're the ones guests turn to when something feels off, and they're the ones expected to act in the first moments of an incident. That's a big responsibility. Training works when it's practical, simple, and repeated. Not technical, not theoretical, just clear actions people can remember under stress. For venues and events with high staff turnover, this becomes even more important. Knowledge walks out the door when people leave, and if safety lives only in documents, it disappears. Another point that often gets missed is proof. Training only counts when you can show it happened, who was trained, when, on what, and how often it's refreshed. It's not bureaucracy, it's protection for your staff, for your guests, and for your organisation. Here's what catches a lot of people out. Many people are doing more than they realise. They assess risk, they brief teams, they make sensible decisions, but when asked to show it, the evidence is scattered. Files are in different places, emails that can't be found, paper checklists that can never make it back, and this is where good intentions fall apart. Evidence matters because regulators, insurance, and senior leadership don't assess what you're meant to do, they assess what you can prove. Disconnected systems create blind spots, and blind spots can create risk, and that's why many operators move towards a centralised digital audit and inspection tools that can capture decisions as they happen to keep everything all in one place. Good event safety management isn't about more work, it's about smarter records. Awareness is not enough. Knowing the rules doesn't protect people, acting on them does. Strong event safety management follows a simple rhythm. Understand your starting point, assess what's proportionate for your event or venue, put clear actions in place, review and adapt when things change. Guidance gives direction, tools turn direction into action. This is where platforms are built for real-world operations, help operators bridge the gap between legislation and day-to-day delivery. Working with partners like Serve First and United Outcomes allows venues to align expert guidance with practical systems that track risk, actions, and evidence all in one place. For operators navigating things like Martin's Law requirements alongside live events, this is the kind of structure that removes guesswork and replaces it with clarity. In practice, good event safety management is rarely dramatic. It's teams who know their roles, issues spotted early and fixed quietly, calmer responses and fewer near misses, leadership that knows where it stands at any moment. For a hospitality venue, that might mean adapting layouts and staffing for seasonal events. For a retail destination, it could mean reviewing access and crowd flow during a peak trading window. For facilities management sites, it might involve dynamic risk assessments tied to different event profiles. The common thread is control. When safety becomes part of normal operations, not an extra task, it supports better experiences rather than disrupting them. That's when an event protection feels natural, not forced. Look, event safety management isn't about ticking boxes, it's about readiness and it's about protecting people. And it's leading that with confidence. Operators who take this seriously create safer spaces, stronger teams and better events. And they sleep better knowing their decisions stand up when tested. If you want to see how event safety management can be embedded into everyday operations through clear audits, training evidence, and tracking action, the next step is simple. Book a demo and see how Serve First helps venues turn safety from a burden into control. Hit subscribe for more on operations compliance and event management.